Fireworks are being set off with Joel and Ellie. Ellie's got a firework of a new relationship with a girl named Dina. The infected are hot on the Homestead's trail, and there is a new evil brewing coming after Joel and Ellie as well. Season 2, Episode 1 of The Last of Us. Let's talk about it. What's going on, horror fans, especially fans of The Last of Us? I did a recap video each week during Season 1 as the episodes dropped. So now I'm going to do a longer form content on my YouTube. You can check out my social media pages. I will be doing shorter videos there as well. But I thought I'd bring it to YouTube. So we just had episode 1 drop last week of season 2. And if you haven't seen it yet, I would not watch this video because I'm going to drop some plot points and some spoilers that happen in episode 1 and things that we could potentially look out for in season 2. So if you don't want anything spoiled, click away. I'm gonna give you a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you're still here, I guess that means you don't care. So I'll talk about it. The first thing we see in episode 1 is a main theme is the relationship between Joel and Ellie and her new love interest in the show. Ellie is now 19, I believe. There's a 5-year time jump between season 1 and season 2, and she's got a budding love interest with a girl named Dina, played by Isabella Merced. So we're going to see Ellie be more of an adult, be in more real world situations. She goes to this dance with Dina, and they go to scouting patrols together, looking to kill some of the infected. And they go to this dance, and I will say she gets called a questionable thing by a guest of the dance, and if that happened in my homestead, this guy's getting thrown out of there. I'm telling you that right now. But they seem to start having this romance together, so I'm sure we'll see that more going forward. To be honest, I thought Dina was going to die in episode 1. I don't know why. I just thought there's a situation where they go scouting and they run into a smart zombie, smart infected. This smart infected can stalk her prey and can, lure in the shadows and jump out at you, and had a much more of a predator hunting prey situation than what we've seen with the infected in season 1. And they go back to tell they tell Tommy and the rest of the government body, I guess, in the homestead about it. And so I'm sure we're going to see more of this smart infected now going forward. I didn't really think Dina was going to survive that initial attack. I just thought something told me she was going to die right away. So I'm still kind of thinking maybe that's going to be happening later in the season. Speaking of the smart zombie, well, the peacefulness in the homestead is now starting to go away because later on in the episode, at the end of the episode, you see a drainage pipe that had been a small part of the early part of episode 1. They were doing construction or something and broke it open, and you see out of this new opening in the drainage pipe at the end of episode 1 some of the vines. It looks like some of the infected's vines are coming out of the pipe. I hope we don't just get the vines, because the virus is supposed to spread because of global warming and getting to the food supply and stuff. I don't know how the vines are going to thrive in a very cold temperature, like it's New Year's Eve in episode 1. It's very, they're in this snowbound environment. So I hope we get more than just something like the food supply getting infected and the smart zombies break into the homestead. I think that'd be really cool to see the civilians of the homestead facing off against the smart zombies. It's also going on not only with Ellie and Dina, there's a lot of tension between her and Joel. Now, Ellie is acting as if, in some ways, as a 19-year-old would act towards her father, even though it's not actually her father, but that's kind of the relationship they had in season 1. She's very just cold towards Joel, and Joel can't really handle it, so he's going to a psychologist played by Catherine O'Hara, whose name is Gail, and you have this kind of funny but kind of tense scene between Gail and Joel, who Gail basically says, like, suck it up, Ellie's just being a normal teenager acting the way she is towards you. But you can tell that Joel still has a little guilt about how he lied to Ellie at the end of season 1 when he saved her when she was about to die, so the Fireflies can do surgery to extract an immunity from her so that they can save the rest of the civilization, the rest of the population from the infected and develop a cure. And as you've probably seen by now in season 1, Joel saves her and kills off the rest of the Firefly doctors and escapes. And he tells Ellie that it didn't work when she wakes up, and Ellie doesn't believe him. We can tell that it's very clear in that final scene. When they open season 2 with a rehash of that scene, so you know it's going to be a central part of season 2, that Ellie still has this guilt, this grudge towards Joel, and has this suspicion that he's not telling the truth. But I just feel like the scope of it, how could she know how big the scope of it is where she's holding this grudge for 5 years? So that's a little weird, but I'm sure that truth is going to be revealed eventually. Joel almost tells Gail in his scene, in the therapy scene, but he decides not to. Also, Gail mentions that Joel killed her husband, which I don't remember who her husband was in season 1. I don't think she was in season 1, so I'm sure that's going to be a story we'll see play out down the road. But it seems Gail is still going to be the therapist for Joel, and be this kind of hard ass, like, Joel says, aren't you supposed to validate me? And she says, I don't feel like it. You killed my husband, and I think you're just being a little soft. Like, Ellie is acting a teenager, so let her act a teenager, so come around. We're definitely going to see this crucial moment in the film, in the series, in the later episode, when Ellie is going to find out what Joel did, and that's going to be some fireworks being set off in that episode when that happens. So I'm excited for that. Other than that, that was about everything. So we have the budding romance with Ellie and Dina. We have Joel and Ellie's relationship, Joel getting therapy with Gail, and this sewer pipe or drainage pipe being broken, and the infected probably getting into the homestead in some way, shape, or form. So really great episode, and honestly, there wasn't this like slow burn that some shows have. I think it's gonna go right into it. The last thing to talk about is the new character Abby, who is the leader of her group of Fireflies, who wants to revenge her fallen comrades that Joel killed at the end of season 1. And I have had it spoiled for me a long time what her role is in the game, even though I've never played it. So that I'm not going to say anything about that. She's very important into season 2. She's played by Caitlin Dever. I don't know how to say her last name, but I've seen her in other things. I think she is in, what's it called? No One Will Save You, the Hulu silent thriller horror movie where she gets attacked by aliens. Really good. I'm excited that she's into doing more horror or thriller type shows. So I can't wait to see what happens with her character down the road and see that one big scene that's coming. That's really it for season 2, episode 1. We're going to get right into it. I think what's going to happen in the coming episodes is very quickly, I think the infected are going to get into this homestead. Abby is already hot on her trail to Joel. I'm sure Ellie and Joel will have a blow up soon, so we'll see what what happens with that. That's about all I got. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought of it in the comment section below. Feel free to like and subscribe. I'm trying to grow this channel. I'm going to try to do videos more consistently. I haven't been doing a great job of that, but I'm going to keep trying to do that more and more as time goes on. And I can't grow this channel on my own, and I don't know what you're thinking unless you tell me. So please drop a comment in the comment section, like and subscribe. And until then, stay scary, my friends.